There's a new art gallery in town. The Toilet Gallery in Kingston used to be a place where you could spend a penny, but now it's free and you can look at art instead.
I think that's an absolute disgrace and an affront to British society, quite honestly.
When people talk about Kingston, they talk about the red telephone kiosk. It puts it on the map. Well, art should put things on the map. So I guess, we're trying to do the same.
As art scenes go, the leafy borough of Kingston Upon Thames in Surrey is pretty unremarkable. Local resident Paul Stafford is an artist who studied at the Slade School of Art. His day job involves guiding students through their foundation year in art and design at Kingston University.
Every day I walk to work this way, I have done for the past 10 years. This is Canbury Gardens, this is the River Thames. All these boats down here you see moored, I've painted over the past 18 months. I find this area really inspirational. So I use this time to think on the way to work, about the students, about my own work, what I'm going to do next. And every time I walk this way, I pass a crappy old building, and I have done for the past 10 years. And I know that for 6 or 8 years, it's been empty. So I've been racking my brains over the past 18 months thinking, what can I do with this building? How can I bring this building to life in this area that we live in?
Suburban Kingston has yet to play host to sharks in formaldehyde or transvestite potters. But Paul's determined to change all that.
And this is it, a 1950s female toilet block. My idea is to turn this into an art gallery. I thought the council would write back to me and say, "You're barking mad. I'm never going to give you this building." But I was amazed and surprised when the council wrote back and said to me, "Well, yeah, what a great idea." We're going to show the work of artists who are unemployed. We're going to show the work of people who find it hard to find a space to exhibit. We're going to show avant-garde, performance-based, video-based, installation-based artworks that are non-traditional. We won't charge the artists to exhibit here. We won't charge them for the use of electricity or the building. Therefore, there's no income to come in from this particular venture. So everything that we're getting from people is gratis, is given for nothing. We're going to board these up. We're going to leave the final cubicle empty, I think, so we can see a toilet in there, because there ought to be evidence that this is a toilet. This is a second gallery space. It's like a little Welsh chapel, I think. Look at the height of this ceiling. It's a fantastic space, very exciting, something I never expected to see in this building. When I first came in here, there were junkies' needles all over the floor. The pigeon that nested up there made half of its nest with old orange needles. Well, that's horrible. So if we can turn this building into a place which is appealing, rather than a place where people come to take drugs, I think that's a real step forward.
It's a massive task, so Paul's pulling in favours from everyone he knows. Caroline Alexander curates the Stables Gallery in nearby Twickenham.
To curate is essentially to look after the work, and you need to have a good eye and a real feel for the space as well. You need to just have an instinct about where something will look good. We're working with artists who've never shown before. They will have to invigilate their own show. They'll have to be there to answer questions and speak to the public. So they're going to be wearing, as many different caps as we're going to be. It's not just you're an artist, you're a curator. You've got to be all sorts of things. We're doing it because it's a fantastically exciting project. We're doing something that's going to really put something back into the community and give young artists a chance to break into the sort of cycle of showing their work. It's got to be high quality to compete with any sort of commercial space that's out there, really.
For Caroline, Paul and former student Eloise Fornell, being trustees of an art gallery is not all glamour.
I'm doing this 7 foot by 5 foot drawing of it, which is what I do now. Each week I tend to draw in the garden or around Kingston. I do drawings in a day. If I can't do them in a day, I don't do them anymore because I haven't got enough time. My work is quite traditional, in a sense. They're large drawings, which is unusual. The inks and the way that I use inks, I suppose, is quite unusual. But I'm working in a traditional way, which is producing large-scale drawings that would go on some gallery wall.
Another favour, as Paul's neighbour, Trevor Willis, boards up the old toilet stalls. The new gallery space begins to emerge. Now Paul has to decide whose art will fill it. At the Slade's end-of-year show, he meets some prospective candidates.
This is exactly the kind of thing we're looking for a toilet gallery. This is avant-garde, groundbreaking work that's going to be funny but serious in the contemporary art sense. What appears to be a journey around the studios itself, it tells people that they can take around a golf club to the 3 floors within the Slade School itself. And I think it's in an effort to get people to see all of the artworks. Traditionally, in a building like this, people will come in, whiz around, like in Cork Street, they'll see a place for 5 minutes. I think maybe Ian's trying to get people to spend a bit more time in this building. So off you go with your club, you put up the stairs, maybe chip up to the 3rd floor, then see the artworks on the 3rd floor. This is amazing for me. I was trying to, before we came this morning, trying to work out how long it was since I've been here as a student. And I thought it must be almost 20 years. And in fact, it's 21 years since I was here as a student. And it is amazing. It's a beautiful place. I had the time of my life here. It was a really, truly kind of life-changing experience for me. I often come back and like wandering around the building. I think it's a special place where special things are made. So are we allowed to touch them? I mean, some people get really funny about their artworks, don't they? But are we allowed to feel these and touch them and play around with them? What materials are they made of?
These are made of fibre, and fibre, canvas, and oil paint, and resin.
So you got a bit fed up with the notion of a flat surface to work on. You wanted to break away from the flat surface because there's quite a paint to the surface in some of them, where you're kind of dripping the paint down.
Yeah, I need a much more physical encounter with the pieces.
It's the trustees' first meeting at the toilet. They're here to discuss the artists they've met and decide whose work will be on show when the gallery opens in October.
So, in terms of the artists then, I think we need to look at the ones we've seen so far. The Swiss girl was talking about using the walls in site-specific drawings. And also she's doing a performance piece on the opening night as well, wearing that Barney costume, do you remember?
Yeah, and I know she'll be able to execute it and get it done. And this is the piece, site-specific piece she did for one of the wall spaces at the gallery. It was an art technology open, and she works with sort of nature and science as a sort of key issue. She's got
That's her, isn't it?
But that's her in a costume, yeah.
Which would just be completely hoot on the night, wouldn't it?
I like her.
M.A. Antoinette Ashler.
Do you want me to contact Antoinette?
I teach with Paul. He's kind of really sort of roped me in. You know, my enthusiasm has grown and I'm really interested in this project. So I suppose this kind of art really is a different way of looking at what art can be. And it's not just about simple painting or sculpture, something that you just hang on the wall. It's about tackling a space. So I suppose it actually demands more from the viewer in terms of how you might receive the work.
Swiss artist Antoinette Heschler has been living and working in Newcastle for the past 10 years. Her art is inspired by the space that she's working in.
Well, I start with sketches and then I work with overhead projectors, so once I've got the sketches to exactly the sort of like the size of proportion that I think is going to work out, I'll go and photocopy the sketches onto acetate, and then I project them onto the walls, and then I work in the space for preferably something like 3-4 days.
Her show for the Toilet Gallery will draw on aspects of the building's former use.
I mean, in here I've got sketches of sinks.
I like what you're saying about sort of using, you know, all the details that are actually here and sort of interacting with them.
Well, on the opening night, I might well wear a special outfit for the toilet, and I have done that before, where I actually have made something specifically for the opening. And it's not so much a performance, but it's more sort of putting myself in my own space. It's a very nice way to finish the work.
A month to go and another favour is pulled in, this time from local lighting engineer Robbie Gordon. He's transforming the look of the building.
It's very simple, not rocket science, works off one projector. We take some cabling to this point, works off one of the light sources, so when you're actually looking at all 6 of the windows, they all change colour at exactly the same time, which gives you a sort of continuity of light.
The filthy sinks of only 3 months ago are now put to a new and spectacular use.
Double-ended halogen light in there.
Fab,
So what we'll do is we drop a piece of sort of rectangular glass on the top of that. We can just change the colours and then just pull them out. This is the blue gel that we like a lot.
I love it.
But it's a good concept, and that's not been done. Not that my sort of 20 years of being in lighting, I've never actually seen anything like that.
No.
I mean, I've seen utilising all sorts of different things, but never.
So is it a good idea then?
Oh, it's brilliant. I'm going to put it in my catalogue.
I feel very excited, but I feel panicky as well, because it's only 3 days to go now and there's still loads to do. I think toilets are very different to women to what they are to men, because I think the girls, we do go to the toilets to have a quick chat. If it's a public toilet, you discuss what you're going to do next, or you borrow each other's makeup. I used to be in bands, and the toilet is where you get changed, and if you're in an all-girl band, you just get changed there, and it's the only place where you can do it. So it's kind of a very familiar place. But then you've got the darker side where it can be quite horrible to go into a public toilet, and you don't want to, but if you have to, you have to.
Paul's pulling off his biggest coup so far.
Can I tell you really, this gallery's cost £12.50 to convert. £12.50, that's expensive in my book. We've got
The godfathers of Brit art, Gilbert and George, have agreed to open the gallery. Gilbert and George have been thumbing their noses at the art establishment for nearly 40 years. They're famous for their often shocking, often humorous, bad taste, and describe themselves as living sculptures.
I've long admired Gilbert and George, since they came out from St Martin's in the 60s. And their work is often to do with feces, often to do with human excrement, and therefore it connected to this place entirely. So the kind of performance aspect and the nature of some of their work, not all of the work, but some of their work. Some of the work has titles like "Oh shit," for instance. So on a kind of simplistic level, it connected to what we were doing here.
It's fantastic. It's great to have so much exposure, but because Gilbert and George, they've been around for a long time and they are really big celebrities. So I am nervous about meeting them. And
I didn't really ever think they would do it, to be frank. I thought when we had the first idea that really, why would they do it? I think if we were commercial gallery, phoning them, if I was setting this up as a business and I phoned them saying, well, look, we're going to make some cash out here, come along, I think they'd have said, no, we don't do that.
Well, I think it's going to be like the film opening on Leicester Square. In my head, it's just all grand, because they're going to sort of cordon off the back of the front of the alley, and there's going to be security, and so I just think it's going to be fantastic.
It's gone mad, it's gone completely mad. I mean, I've been on the radio this morning with LBC, with Virgin Radio. I've got a slot in about half an hour with BBC Three Counties Radio. They're all going out now on the air, so it's completely crazy. And people are coming down now from the street in Kingston saying, "Are you open?" Because we've had all these radio coverage. It's fantastic. We've got stuff in the paper today, in the Standard by a good friend of mine, Tim Mott, has written a really fantastic article about the whole thing, so it's gone mad.
Are you all right?
So I've been for about 10 years. Okay. There are about 2,000 tiles here. I've asked Gilbert and George to be the first people to sign a tile, so they've agreed to do that. So I think tonight they'll be the first people writing Gilbert and George on one of these, and hopefully that spurs other people to say, "Oh, well, okay, yeah, I'll pay £10." And each of those £10 would then go towards the upkeep of this gallery space. If we sold them all, it would keep this gallery going for about 25 years.
While Paul's at the train station meeting Gilbert and George, his wife Judy has prepared a splendid tea in their honour.
These people are so don't forget best manners, okay? Yeah, we know it. Don't hog all the cake. No, but what should I call? Because all my friends call me Flo. Well, they probably won't need to call you anything. So, boy. What do you think I'll be like? You'll be scared. I think they'll be like... I don't know what to say if they answer like me. So did you enjoy my artworks? Oh, this is horrible.
Everybody thought, oh God, it's Paul off on one of his flights again. But he's done it, and I'm very proud of him, and it has all worked, and it looks fantastic, and tonight looks like it's going to be great, so yeah, I'm very proud of him. He's done brilliantly. He's found lots of strengths that I don't think he knew he had. So I think everybody's going to be really surprised and really proud of him.
So I shouldn't sound posh, right? Just be yourself.
Back at the gallery, a photographer has arrived to take pictures of Antoinette for the Times.
You could just stand just here, and I'll get you to sort of move in a sec. Maybe lean on the work. Can you do that?
Yes.
We've set the tea table and everything, and my dad's just gone to get them. He should be coming back any minute now. I'm a bit worried if they ask me about anything about the work, because I haven't seen their work apart from that one in the book that we've got, the Poo Project. So I'm very excited. Yeah, excited and worried.
Everything's ready. All the last minute preparations have been done. And they are just setting up the bar, and I am just cheating with my lashes, and then I'm done as well.
Finish doing those.
Hello, how are you? Have a seat.
So we've been making sandwiches.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Sit down.
What a nice idea. Thank you.
We've got some champagne if you'd rather.
Cheers. Early in the day.
What colour do you like? Green, white, pink, yellow, white, purple, or pink?
You choose the colours that you think would suit us, please.
Well, basically Ellie asked us if we would make a sign for the toilet, as it's the only coloured thing in there apart from the art. And as we make architecture and art glass, we decided we would.
Guys, I really have to put the table.
Great.
Sorry.
You know, you come all the way to Kingston for our project. So why is that? Why did you say to me?
No, we like the idea of the toilet connection because we have many pictures on that subject.
We did. We did full of toilet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We have one called lavatory, one called urinal, one called bloody shithouse, and the text from lavatories we used in many of the pictures at the turn of the last century. Not everybody does it. Quite a slim section of society actually does that. And if you ask a group of people, hands up, those who've written something on a wall, nobody puts their hands up. Somebody's doing it.
They won't admit to it.
That's it. So we were trying to remember today on the train how many lavatories have changed usage in our time in London. So we wrote down, how many did we find, George?
Very near us forward, at least.
Right. The one on Whitechapel, which is a restaurant.
Right. Interesting.
And we always say that some young friends of ours was recommending it to us, and they said it's very nice. The food's very good, and the service, and it's eat-in or takeaway. I said it always was.
I like it.
You have, that's a lot of stuff now we've got left with the lychee and pink right now.
For Paul, it's been a tough 4 months, but the search for just the right artists, the hours transforming the building and persuading everyone he knows to donate their time has all paid off. Now, all that remains is to cut the ribbon.
For the last 30 years, we did so many works on toilets, and now, here it is. It becomes a gallery. Maybe we can show our pictures here.
So there might be even some more of these type of galleries there.
Absolutely, sure there will.
Here we go.
Many congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Wonderful. Many congratulations.
So glad it's all
Beautiful show in a beautiful gallery.
Four? Yeah. Four, please. Yeah. Factory. Here we go.
The toilet paper has been cut and the gallery is open and the party's in full swing inside. And I can tell you, I don't think there have ever been so many people in a public convenience at one time, not legally anyway.
You know, somebody might wander in and it might shift their attitude towards art. And that's what I think is terrific. I think sometimes stuff gets written in papers about works of art and then people adopt that attitude towards it without actually having seen the work of art in question.
I received a couple of pieces of toilet paper through the post, and what the hell is this? And until then he'd said not a word to me, and I just thought it was such a great idea. But I think, you know, in a way it's so nice that he wasn't sort of boasting about it or anything. It's an amazing achievement, and I feel really proud of him. I think it's fantastic.
Mine's lovely, it's very sentimental. It tells me that I must think of a loved one next time anything touches my lips.
My bar of soap tells me that if I listen to music, I might benefit from it. So I'm going to do that and use the bar of soap. I might benefit from that as well.
You should go dancing. You should go dancing. I'm going to go dancing.
Could have dimmed these lights down a little bit, but yeah, the sign looks very good.
Oh, I'm ecstatic, I'm overjoyed, I can't believe we finally got here.
I'm really proud of Antoinette. I think the work looks fantastic, and I hope that this is the start of a really successful environment to show work.
Just think of all those months where, you know, we were just building up to getting this open, and here we are, and it's been so much of a success, I couldn't have imagined it really.
4 weeks later, and the gallery is totally transformed.
We asked Antoinette Hesch, the first artist, to make a list of all those that came here, and she listed down about 400 people that came to see her exhibition, which has been amazing. Our new artist, Jai Lamy, is showing in his space now, and he had 50 people in here today, which was Saturday. So I think that's great that the momentum has kept up, and the fact that it's been reported around the world has been amazing for us to see. It's gone as far away as Japan. My plan is to go Toilet Gallery New York. I plan to write to the Mayor of New York and put forward our proposal for that. So the plan is Toilet Gallery New York and Toilet Gallery Tokyo. So we have 3 places that our artists can send their work to. That's the plan. We've had students down here from colleges looking at their work. We've had art historians down here looking at the building. We've had a whole range of people coming to look at it for various kind of reasons. It's been completely amazing. And still people come to try and use the toilet.